Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Just Bulldogs podcast. This week, Bulldogs taking on the Newcastle Knights, our first game at Accor Stadium. Bet it's going to be a pretty good one. I reckon there'll be a lot of people there, pretty stacked crowd for our first game at Accor for 2025. Bulldogs heading into this game as favourites, $1.43 to Newcastle Knights, $2.84. Quick one, I did have a guest organised for this one to preview the game against the Knights. It has fallen through, so no good there. Didn't manage to get that one across, but if you did enjoy that last podcast with the ET Stand Boys, the Cronulla Sharks fans, make sure to hit me up. Let me know that that's the kind of content you like. I really enjoyed having Boldo on from the ET Stand podcast. If you missed it, make sure to go back and check that one out. It was a really good one. Got some pretty good predictions in there, and it definitely was a very good game for us. Bit of banter in that one, but it was really good fun having Boldo over. So if you enjoyed that content and you want more stuff like that, make sure to chuck a review down in your podcast apps on the YouTube if that's where you're watching it. Let me know that you enjoyed it, or even just reach out on the Instagram page that you enjoyed that kind of stuff, and I'll try to make more happen. But I really enjoyed it, so hopefully we can get some more going in the next few weeks. If we can get some more content creators from other teams jumping on, I'll definitely try my best to get that happening. But getting into this one, Bulldogs taking on the Knights right now, first place versus the 8th position Knights. Bulldogs $1.43 favourites, the Newcastle Knights $2.84. 6:15 kickoff on Sunday night. Bulldogs heading into this game as undefeated, the only undefeated team in the comp. Newcastle Knights currently 2-2, I believe. They did have the bye in. They're coming off the bye this week. They had the bye in round 4, so they are currently 2 wins, 1 loss, and a bye, with a point differential of -4. I will run through the team list. Here we go. For the Knights, I'll run through theirs first. At fullback, Kalen Ponga. The wingers, James Schiller and Greg Marzu. The centres, Dane Gagai and Bradman Best. Fletcher Sharp at 5'8", with Jack Cogger at halfback. The front row is Jacob Saifidi and future Bulldog Leo Thompson. In the 9, Phoenix Crossland. The back rowers are Thomas Kant and Tyson Frizzell. Ex-Bulldog Adam Elliott at lock. The bench, Jaden Brayley, Jack Hetherington, ex-Bulldog, Jermaine McEwen, and Matt Croker. And they're extended, Brody Jones, Kyle McCarthy, Matthew Arthur, Jackson Hastings, and Tyrone Thompson. The Bulldogs lineup, what we're all here for. Connor Tracy at fullback, the wingers, Blake Wilson and Marcelo Montoya, Bronson Cherry and our captain, Stephen Crichton, are in the centres. Bailey Hayward in the 6th jersey with Toby Sexton at halfback. The starting front row was Max King and Daniel Steluka for feeder. Reid Marnie in the 9, Josh Curran and Jacob Preston start on the edges, with Jamin Salmon packing in at lock. The bench, Kurt Mann, Harry Hayes, Jack Todd, and Curtis Morin. And our extended bench, Lipboy Hopboy, Blake Taff, Jake Turpin, Luke Smith, and the newly returning Jacob Kiraz, a potential chance to come into the starting side for his first game of 2025. One to look out for there. But another big game for us this week, with a lot of our players still out. Hopefully Jacob Kiraz can go back into the side, but we'll still be missing Matt Burton, Viliami kick out, and now Sitili Tupanua has a 1-game suspension. So it's getting a little bit tougher. I think we're just about at the end of our bow for right now. We've still got some players in reserve grade that can do a job, but I think a lot of those guys need a little bit more time in reserve grade before they're ready for the call up. Jack Todd debuted last week, and a very well-deserved debut game for him in this one. I think he's going to have to play a little bit more minutes with Sitili Tupanua out of the side. Harry Hayes is our only big minute guy on the bench right now, with Kurt Mann playing dominantly in that lock role. Jack Todd and Curtis Morin. Jack Todd only 1 game under his belt, played about 15 minutes, and then Curtis Morin, a short minute impact player as well. So we're going to have to wait and see how they use this, but I expect Harry Hayes to play big minutes. Daniel Steluka for feeder, another player that only plays short minutes as well. So we could see a bigger game from Jack Todd in this one, and I'll definitely be excited to see it if we do. Going over this night side, players to look out for. The obvious one, Kalen Ponga at fullback. He is absolutely electric, very good footwork, and a very good playmaker as well. He'll be looking to get that left side attack going with his 5'8". Fletcher's sharp, but they have some pretty dominant plays out there as well. With Bradman Best and Greg Marzu, two very strong ball runners. Bradman Best has a little bit of skill about him, but he's a very strong runner. And then Greg Marzu hits like a truck. He'll be looking to get one-on-one with his winger. Going down that left side will be Blake Wilson, but we'll be looking for Stephen Crichton to really stand up and lock down that right edge, try to limit that Newcastle Knights left edge from attacking too much. But yeah, coming from attacking weapons, that is the spot where this night side will be looking to get at us. So if our right side can lock up defensively like they have to start this season, I think we should be pretty good there. Their front row starting pack is very strong. Jacob Saifidi, a New South Wales representative player that has a bit of up and down form over his career, hasn't been able to stay consistent. And then future Bulldog Leo Thompson, a New Zealand representative, very strong player, very aggressive, very good defensively. A player that I'm definitely looking forward to see in this one. I'm a big fan. I was very happy when the Bulldogs signed him. Haven't been able to watch him too much so far this season. I've missed out on watching a few Newcastle Knights games, so I'll be very excited to see how he goes in this one. But hopefully, Bulldogs can get on top of him and limit how much impact he can have on this one. Newcastle Knights missing both of their back rows in this one, Kai Pearce-Paul and Dylan Lucas. So young Thomas Cant plays on one edge, and then the senior Tyson Brazil moves from the middle to an edge in this one as well. So a bit of a makeshift spot there. Tyson Brazil, very strong player, very dominant, pretty good footwork, but he is getting on in age, so definitely has lost his step, but still a quality player. And then Thomas Cant, I don't know a whole lot about. Seems like a bit of a workhorse type of player. Gets through plenty of work, makes all these tackles. I don't know how much impact he can have with the ball, but one that I'll be looking forward to see. And then the 9 rotation, Phoenix Crossland and Jaden Brayley. I think they'll both play a little bit of 9. I think they'll probably have a bit of a go in the 13 role as well. So a bit of a smaller forward rotating role there. And then their forwards on the bench, Jack Hetherington, Jermaine McEwen, and Matt Croker. I don't know a whole lot about McEwen and Croker. Jack Hetherington, ex-Bulldog, very hot-headed player, got sent off last year against the Dogs, getting into the niggle with Reed Marnie. So it'll be curious to see how he goes in this one, a player with a known history of getting revved up and taking it a bit too far. So we'll see how he goes in this one, if he can keep a cool head, or if Bulldogs are versus 12 at some point in this game. We do have the crackdown going on at the moment. They've said that any direct head highs will be an automatic 10 in the bin. So hopefully it doesn't impact this game too much. I prefer to win this game without any kind of sin bins or anything like that. I want to win a good quality game of football. But we will have to wait and see how that goes. I think our team should be all right with it. We don't have the biggest front rows in the comp, so we shouldn't have to fall into those accidental ones that see a man sent to the bin. So hopefully it goes our way, if any at all, but hopefully we see a good, clean game. In this one, point to target this night side. I'd be really looking to get after Jack Cogger defensively. I think he struggles, so he is playing on the right side for them. So that would see our left side attack. Last week, we've seen Jacob Preston move to the left side. I think they'll do that again. Potentially, they want to lock up that right side defense, move him over there to limit this night side attack going down their left edge. But I think they like Josh Curran. Josh Curran very strong defensively, and then Jacob Preston can be our attacking weapon, running off Bailey Hayward and targeting Jack Cogger in their defensive line. So definitely a spot where I would look to get after this Newcastle Knights side. I think if we can get into the grind against them, like we have in the past few weeks against the other oppositions, when Jacob Saifidi and Leo Thompson rotate off the field, I think they definitely lose a lot of impact when their bench guys come on. So I think we can start to get a bit of a roll on when their starters start to interchange. I think we'll get a lot stronger in those later parts in the half, and then going into the second half is when we can start to really put it to them. So I'm curious to see if we can start red hot like we did in the Titans game, or if it'll be a bit like the Cronulla game, where we grind out the start, maybe get a couple tries in the early stages, but then in the second half we can really turn it on. So something to look out for there. My predictions in this one last week I done pretty well. Prediction was 22 points to 16, and we managed a 20-6 win, so even better than I thought. And then my try scorer was Jacob Preston, who did cross over for the first one. I really like our left edge attacking against this side. They've got Dane Gagai on that right side with James Schiller. Dane Gagai, a pretty good player right now, but a very good career. Still good defensively. And then James Schiller, a bit younger, but a long body, pretty tall fella. So player that I'll be looking to get Marcelo Montoya one-on-one with. So look for our left side to get attacking. And this one, I'll be looking for Bronson Cherry to have another very good game. He really stood out against the Cronulla Sharks last week, getting a double. Worked well off Bailey Hayward and Jacob Preston, giving him some room to move. So this one, I'll be looking for him to cross over and have another very good game. My score prediction for this one, looking for Dogs to really take a stand against this night side. Heading into the bye next week, I think we can come away with a pretty strong win. So my prediction for this one will be Bulldogs 26 to Newcastle Knights 4. And so that'll do for this one. I appreciate everyone for listening, sticking with the Bulldogs podcast heading into this season. The season has started off fantastic. Bulldogs 4-0. Hopefully we can keep that going, get the win this week, keep our undefeated streak going, and then head into the bye. And then a very big Good Friday clash against the Rabbits after that. So pretty excited and stuff happening at the moment. But I appreciate everyone for listening. Make sure to check out Just Bulldogs on Instagram. If you're listening to the podcast, jump over to the YouTube. You can get into the conversation there, leave a comment. And I will get back to anyone that asked any questions or anything like that. But I appreciate everyone for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.